3 years ago, in Shenyang, in China, I visited the 918 Historical Museum. The 918 is the Shenyang incident, and that incident, or the Mukden incident, marked the beginning of the Sino-Japanese War in 1931. I wanted to see how the museum portrayed this tragic historical episode. At the end of the tour, my host invited me to pen my thoughts in the guest book. I wrote, 和平无价, peace is priceless. We are fortunate that Northeast Asia has been at peace, or at least has not been at war, since the Korean War ended more than 60 years ago. But if the peace is shaken, either because territorial disputes escalate out of control, or because tensions on the Korean Peninsula destabilize the region, it will be big trouble. All the issues at stake in the various disputes will not be worth the price of war. Till today, China and Japan still have differences, including over the Senkakus or Diaoyu Islands. But I hope both countries will work together to manage the disputes and also to pursue opportunities and not see the relationship as a zero-sum game. The Japan-China relationship is simultaneously cooperative but also competitive. It will require effort and accommodation by both sides. Therefore, I welcome the recent meeting between President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Abe on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Hangzhou. Direct communication is the first step towards mutual understanding and resolution of differences. If both China and Japan work hard at it and avoid mishaps, both will save themselves a lot of problems, and the region will heave an enormous collective sigh of relief. The biggest change in Asia and in the world is the rise of China. China's GDP grew on average more than 10% per year for over 30 years, growing by more than 25 times. Its external trade has become huge. China is now the biggest trading partner of almost every ASEAN country and also of Japan. China's outbound direct investment is growing rapidly. And by last year, the outbound direct investment has exceeded its foreign direct investment inbound. China's rise has had an impact on everyone, and I'd like to make 3 points on China. One, China's rise has been overall a huge plus for the world. China is stable, prospering, and increasingly integrated into the global economy. Hundreds of millions of Chinese have been lifted out of poverty. Consumers worldwide have benefited from affordable and high-quality exports from China: clothes, smartphones, home appliances, and much more. Companies everywhere eye the huge China market, hoping to sell everything from aeroplanes to life insurance and healthcare. China's success and its growing interdependence with other countries has contributed greatly to the prosperity of Asia and of the world. They can also benefit from new opportunities for trade and economic cooperation with China. For example, through projects of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank and the One Belt, One Road initiatives, which address Asia's need for better infrastructure and connectivity. On the part of the other major powers, they should accommodate the legitimate interests of a growing China. China wants more influence over global developments, like other major powers. It will increase its contributions to international cooperation in accordance with its capabilities and resources and interests, in the hope of having more say at institutions like the UN, the IMF, and the World Bank. These aspirations need to be recognized and given due weight and consideration by other powers. Ultimately, a stable external environment is eminently in China's interest as well. China's prosperity depends on other countries too. Despite its size, China is not self-sufficient and cannot be. On its own, minus access to world markets, foreign technology, or MNC investments, China will be much poorer off. Furthermore, external peace and stability will allow China to focus on its domestic challenges, which are considerable. China's leaders have realistically acknowledged that China has entered a new norm. They are clearly mindful of the challenges ahead, but appear determined and confident to tackle the structural, social, and economic changes that China needs to achieve its growth objectives. We certainly hope that China will succeed. This is because a stable and prosperous China, conscious of its weight and responsibilities, moving forward on a path of peaceful development, will greatly benefit the Asia-Pacific and bode well for the world.